So, here it is, the Super Meteor. If you want to find out my full review on it, you just go on to where it's Amazon, or maybe it's on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, and I'll give you my full review on my podcast there, which is the middle-aged motorcyclist. But this is the Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650. I'll give you a quick rundown of my things I like about it and a few things that I don't like about it. So, let's go. On the Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650, and just a quick rundown of the things that I love. I love how the bike looks. I like how it feels. I like all the way it's set up. It's very, very comfortable to ride. It handles amazingly. It really does handle really well. I like the display in that. I like everything that's there. It's just all there. It's not particularly big, but it's there. I love all the bars. You can put things like your sat-navs on it or your quad locks, all those sorts of things. Like I said, it's very comfortable. It's got plenty of power, which I was really surprised with. I thought they were going to be a bit underpowered and not quite what I thought, I just didn't think it was going to be up there with some of the other cruisers. And don't get me wrong, I know when you look at like your 1500 cruisers and stuff like that, it hasn't got that kind of power. If you're just commuting to work or going for some rides with some friends, it's perfectly adequate. It's really, really great. It's very smooth. The gear changes are great. The brakes are incredible. The rear brake is exceptional. Front brake is nice and smooth. The brake lever feels nice. Everything, the buttons, the starter button's a little bit odd, but I quite like it. It's a little bit quirky. You put it into the on position and then you just push it to the left and it starts the bike up. Again, really smart. The things that I'm not keen on this bike, around the outside edges of the seat are a little bit hard. Hopefully would soften up after plenty of use. The indicator lever, the button, is a bit cheap and naff. You can feel how flimsy that is. I'd be worried that would break or rot or come away. I think you'd be replacing that after a couple of years or at least a year in some all year round riding. The clutch lever feels a bit cheap. I'm not a huge fan of that. Saying that, the clutch and the gear changes are very, very smooth. Other than it only being single disc on the front, I'm not a fan of that. However, brakes really well, perfectly sufficient. Really pleased with the actual bike. I like all the little colour coding on the indicators and stuff like that. All the lights are LED. It's only a 650, so it's going to be good on fuel. And just overall, the bike is really, really great. I would 100% buy one of these. I really would. I wasn't sure when I first rode it, was I going to be like, oh, it's nice, but would I want it? I could ride this every day. The only thing I would probably do is do something with the seat. I think you can buy a different type of seat or hope to God that the edges of the seat would soften up. Because even now, I've only been on the bike half an hour, 40 minutes, and I can feel it digging into the inside of my legs. So that would really be it. It's actually a beautiful bike, and I'd highly recommend it. It's going to be a tough decision, but I need to go home and think about it and seriously weigh up, would this be the route for me?